guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. I know you guys were expecting a brew day video, a full-on brew day video with my new mash tun, which you see here. But it's been kind of one of those brew days from hell so far, and it's taking a lot longer than it should. So what happened with the mash tun was, first I'm like, let me be cool, use my new quick disconnects to underlet. I did that, you know, and then the thermometer was saying, wait, the temperature was like 10 degrees or more too high. So of course, you know, I panicked, started stirring it up, trying to lower the temperature. It was all over the place. Then I added almost half a gallon of cold water, brought it down a little bit, but not too much. And then eventually, with stirring and leaving it open, it was down farther than I wanted it to, and it was losing temperature apparently. So I added hot water using my little urn that I have here. Then, in a state of panic, again, twice, I took off about a gallon of runnings, brought up to a boil, and added it. And even according to the thermometer there, it didn't really do much in terms of raising the temperature. So I emailed SS Brewtech right away, and of course they don't have a customer service number, and wouldn't be open on Sundays anyway. I will be adding more malt extracts in case, but I am going to be sacrificing. Even if I do hit my numbers, I'm going to be sacrificing a lot of the body that's necessary for the style, and also because it'll probably dry out more. No matter what, I'm going to have to lower the IBUs. It's from like 70 to about 60, just to make sure that the beer is not too bitter. So I'll let you know how, you know, I'll try to film more. I'm filming with my phone because I can't find my camera battery charger. But I'll let you know how brew day progresses, and hopefully it'll turn out to be less of a hellish result. Welcome back to my Buster Cluck of brew day. So in the end, before adding the pound of malt extract that was already in my recipe, I only got 1074 out of 22 pounds of grain. So struggling with the temperatures, you know, in the end I probably could have done the following. Number one, I could have recirculated a little bit, just with not bringing, like I did take off some warnings, bring them to a boil and put them back in, but recirculating meaning just trying to even out the temperature more by taking out runnings and putting them back over the top and sink, because when I did start taking my first runnings, magically the temperature on the thermometer that's part of the mash tun started to go up to a more normal temperature. So that's one. And so in the end, I added 2.5 pounds of DME, which got me to 1090, or 8 points lower than my target of 1098. So, you know, I made up for like 2.5 pounds or so of the 15 pounds of Maris Otter. So that, you know, brings me back into more of a comfortable range for an Imperial Stout, where it'll probably be, you know, 10.5%, depending on what my original gravity is. And although I'll probably lose body and a little bit of flavor from the specialty malts, at least I'll have the alcohol and the yeast character to back me up. So next time I will, you know, I'll know if I need to, I'll recirculate. And also, even though the pH when I tested it was still in that 5.2 to 5.6 range at the beginning of the boil, maybe next time I'll pay even more attention to that during the mash. So that's what I have for now. Cheers, and I'll give you more updates later. Hey guys, so please excuse the Dominican music in the background. It was the Dominican Day Parade today, and I live in a neighborhood with a lot of Dominicans. So I have here the hydrometer. My refractometer has been giving me problems all day, so I figured that I'd try the hydrometer just to get a little more the gravity that I was, you know, could actually depend on. And I'll show you a picture here in the video, but it's at 1.103, and I was aiming for 14, but considering the fact that I had such bad mash efficiency because I was too ambitious, only missing it by 11 points, where Back in the day when I brewed my last batch of barley wine, I missed it by 7 after getting better efficiency. I think I recovered pretty well. I'm glad I had a 3-pound bag of DME on hand to recover, and I added 2.5 pounds instead of 1 pound. So one thing I wanted to show you guys in the video is just how thick this wort is. It like kind of like coats the hydrometer in like this brown film, and it's really sticky. And even when you put the hydrometer in, you could kind of like tell that it's a thick substance, thick wort. So I'm just gonna quickly show you what it looks like. They pour it into my crooked stave glass. You can just kind of see that it's how thick it is. So this is stuff from like the way bottom. So in the light here, it looks like a dark brown, but to me it looks more black than brown. But you know, for Imperial Stout, you want it to at least be dark brown, and that's what it is. And in the fermenter and in person, it looks pretty much pitch black. I don't think many people are going to be holding up to the light. So, so in the aroma, it smells like wort. A lot of times people say, oh, it smells like this, it tastes like that, but with all the hops and it making like a hop tea with all the hops, it pretty much smells like wort. So I'm not going to go ahead and do the aroma and the taste, but just wanted to cheers you out that we only missed by 11, and it should still be about a 10% beer if it gets down to like 10.25, 10.26. You know, this is where I'm aiming it for now that I didn't hit my numbers. So cheers, and thank you for watching this Mishkabobble Brew Day. So you saw here the pour. As many of you who keg know that the first pour, or just pour it off the keg, is usually pretty foamy, because for my carbonation schedule, what I do is I leave it at 30 psi for 3 days, 3 full days, and then the night of the last day, I turn it down to serving pressure, which I usually keep my keezer between 10 and 12 psi. So the lines that this one on is at 10 psi. So I poured a really big head, and then I let it settle and poured a tiny bit more. But as you see here in the light, it's a nice red color. Yes, and even to me behind the camera, it's still really red. It's not really exited the gold. It definitely looks darker in this lighting in my kitchen. And as a nut, I'll see how much head retention it has, but with all the wheat, with all the 2 pounds of rye, it should have plenty of body and some good head retention. As a nice off-white, really rocky head, as you can see. So, so for the aroma, I thought that it was going to be really juicy once I dry hopped it with the Falconer's Flight and the Columbus hops, which I wanted to kind of blend with the spiciness that I got in the Millennium before dry hopping, which is why I didn't dry hop with Millennium. But I get like the floral, slight citrus of that from the Columbus, which is big, like 14% or more alpha, and then a little bit of like a little bit of stone fruit, a little bit of citrus, but a very perfumey, floral, like lemony, grapefruity, like the more like stronger citrus fruits. So it's going for the aroma. And also I do get a little bit of the rye. Cheers. Yeah. So in the taste, you get that, it's overall throughout, it's very floral. Very much a rye IPA. You get a burst of hops up front, a little bit of spice, the rye, and then it finishes very clean. Also, I should say that I would have liked it to be a little bit more citrusy overall, more juicy, but I didn't really use a yeast that produces a lot of esters, so really is a well-rounded. You can taste the rye, taste the hops, but they're all really balanced. They're not. The hops aren't really taking over. The citrusy, tropical, floral, usual American IPA is not really. It's not really. That's not the way the hops present themselves. They're more like has a nuance to accent the malts and the rye. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll probably have to drink the rest of this glass and maybe another pint tonight. So as it warms up, because now it's at about 38 to 40 degrees, as it warms up, I'm sure more flavor will come out, and I'll put tasting notes in this blog post to show you what I fully thought of it. But I just wanted to give you my initial thoughts. I'm pretty satisfied with it, and the only caveat that I would change is to add a little bit more aroma and flavor hops in the boil, just to bring out a little more juiciness. But otherwise, pretty good. So cheers, and enjoy the rest of Homebrew Wednesday.